The first question from the yogi, the first question goes, this is my first time practicing Vipassana. It's hard to see the rising falling. The more I want to observe, my abdomen becomes tense. How to overcome it? So in Vipassana, like it has been explained, Jatapakata Vipassana Biniveso, meaning one should observe the object that is most prominent. For most of the people, rising and falling of the abdomen is obvious. But for some people, they might have problem noting rising, falling. If they have been practicing other methods before, or if they have been doing breathing exercises, focusing the mind on the rising, falling might not be obvious, or one doesn't feel the rising, falling at the abdomen. So please keep the body straight, keeping the body straight, not too stiff, not too relaxed. Breathe normally, focus your mind on the abdomen, note rising, falling, rising, falling. Keep full attention on the abdomen. Direct your mind onto the abdomen. Put effort so that the noting mind will reach the abdomen and note rising, falling. If rising, falling is not clear, you can put your palm of your hand at the abdomen and note
bagi mereka yang tidak
rising,
bisa
falling. If rising, falling is not clear, you can put your hand on the abdomen and note rising, falling. And still, if the rising, falling not clear, one can be noting, sitting, touching. Be mindful of the whole body sitting, your legs crossed, your upper body upright. Keep the awareness on the whole body as a whole, sitting, touching between the buttock and the cushion, touching as touching, sitting, the two hands touching as touching. So in this way, one can be noting, sitting, touching, sitting, touching. So can the yogi try that?
bisa memahami. Yes, Sayālay.
Is sitting, touching clear to the yogi?
So she practiced with the sitting, touching, because the rising and falling was hard for her.
Yes. So she can be noting, sitting, touching. And if rising, falling become clear, she can note rising, falling. And if she cannot find rising, falling, note sitting, touching. And if rising, falling becomes clear again, note rising, falling. Yeah.
Yes.
So rising, falling, only when it is clear, note rising, falling. Otherwise, note sitting, touching, sitting, touching. And if other objects that come obvious, such as pain, go on to note them. Come back to either rising, falling, or sitting, touching. If the mind gets distracted, note thinking. Come back to sitting, touching, or rising, falling. And also during the period of walking meditation, be mindful every step, right, left, lifting, placing, moving, placing. Be mindful every step. When she comes to the end of the line, standing, wanting to turn, turning. In this way, be mindful of every step, be mindful of every activity. After walking meditation, when she goes back to the sitting place, be mindful of all the steps, standing, wanting to sit, sitting, bowing. Please do them mindfully so that if there is good walking meditation, it is a support to the sitting meditation. And she can focus the mind on the rising falling or sitting touching as the primary object. The second question, is it allowed not to use labeling in every phenomena of nama rupa that we are observing? Is it okay just being aware of it? Labeling makes the yogi think and miss the momentum at the time of giving that label. I would like to explain with an example. We write on exercise books. In the exercise book, there are lines to guide so that the sentences we write will be straight. So if there are no lines in the exercise book, the sentences might not be straight. Sometimes it go up or it go down, or the sentences we write might be crooked. In order not to make this happen, like sentences crooked, go up and down, that's why in the exercise book, there are lines to guide so that we can write on these lines and the sentences we write will be straight. In the same way, when we do meditation, we make labels so that it will be guided onto the object that we are noting to help us so that our mind will be concentrated on the object that we are noting. That's why in the beginning of the practice, we need to note the object with labels such as rising, falling, sitting, touching, so that our mind will not be distracted on other objects. Even though we are making the label, it should not just be like words in the mind, but as we note the object, not only the label, but the mind should be fully on the object that has been noted. The mindfulness, concentration must fully be on the object that has been noted. So this label, keep it simple. If it is thinking, just note it as thinking, rather than if you are finding for the word, whether it is a reflection or remembering or whatever. If you think that it takes time away, choosing labeling is taking time away. Just make it simple. Just note it as thinking, rather than whether you are planning or reflecting or whatever. Yeah. So keep it simple. Also, when you are doing your daily activity, you can make simple label, moving, or if you are at a loss of word, you can just note moving, and so on. But one should make sure that there will not be gap between the mindfulness. It is most important not to have gap in between mindfulness. It is important not to miss or not to fail to note objects. As the mindfulness and concentration becomes continuous and strong, one comes to discern the nature, characteristics that is in the object. So the nature, the characteristic of paramattha that is in the object become obvious to the yogi who is mindful continuously, who is concentrated continuously. And when this mindfulness and concentration becomes strong, yogi comes to discern the paramattha itself, discerning the nature, the characteristic of the paramattha in the object that has been noted. When mindfulness and concentration strong, panya also develops. And when knowledge becomes quite strong, yogi discerns the paramattha itself. When paramattha prevails, the concept falls away. This happens when the practice is strong. When the knowledge is strong, yogi sees the paramattha, yogi notices the paramattha itself. So when the paramattha emerges, when paramattha emerges, panyati submerges. Label is the name concept. It is panyati. But when knowledge becomes strong, noticing the paramattha itself, the name concept automatically falls. This happens when the knowledge is strong. It is automatic. At the stage when the yogi is discerning a complete plus of fast arising and passing away, fast arising and passing away. When the yogi gets to that level, the objects arising, passing away are so quick that there is no time to put label. In that case, yogi can simply observe these fast arising, passing away of the object without labeling. If there is no time to note, some objects that arise so fast, by the time you notice it, they are gone already. No time to label. In that case, if there is no time to label because the objects are very fast, you can just observe it with the mind. So that means in the later part of the practice, when the knowledge becomes strong, discerning fast arising, passing away of the object, and noticing the paramattha itself, then the name concept automatically drops. When that happens, yogi just be mindful of the object. So the answer is, when the knowledge is strong, when vipassana knowledge is strong, labeling, the name concept automatically drops. In that case, yogi notes the object without label. so that one can keep pace with the fast arising, passing away of the object. There is no time to label it because they are so fast. In that case, it is okay. So the answer is, if the knowledge is weak, one has to keep on noting together with the label, rising, falling, sitting, touching, lifting, moving, placing. Yeah. But when the yogi gets to the level of strong vipassana jnana, where arising, passing away becomes so quick, object arise and pass away so quick, paramatha being discerned very strong and fast, that there is no time to label. And also paramatha, see the paramatha itself, while the nama panyati automatically drop. In that case, it is possible.
You can understand.
Okay. So we go on to yogi number 3. Yeah. What is the meaning of being born as a human being as dvihetuka and a tihetuka? So in the Buddhist teaching, at the very moment a person is conceived, at the time of conception, there is rebirth linking consciousness. In Pali, it is called Patisanti. At this time of conception, the rebirth linking consciousness, Patisanti, it arises together with Cetasika, mental factors, and also some materiality. So at the moment of conception, Patisanti Citta, it associates with a number of Cetasika, and among the Cetasika are dosa, non-hatred, alobha, non-greed. If only 2 of the roots are present at the time of Patisandichitta, then it is called Vihetuka person. Of course, there are other mental factors, other Cetasika, but only 2 of the roots are dosa and alobha. Then this person is called Vihetuka. And if at the moment of conception, the Patisandichitta has the associated mental factors that includes the 3 roots, alobha, non-greed, adosa, non-anger, amoha, non-delusion, in this case, knowledge, then the person is said to be a Vihetuka person. So it's a matter of whether at the time of conception, Patisandichitta, whether it is associating with 3 roots or 2 roots. Yeah. A person born, a person at the time of conception, if associating with 3 roots, alobha, non-greed, adosa, non-hatred, amoha, non-delusion, knowledge, having knowledge root at the time of Patisandichitta, this person is bright and intelligent since young. The person can pick up fast. Knowledge also is easier to gain knowledge. Whereas a person who only has 2 roots in the Patisandhika, there is no amoha, no knowledge at the time of conception. This person takes time to understand things, but with the determination and viriya, one has to learn. Yeah? Not as quick as the Tihetuka person. Question B is, why a person with Dvihetuka can achieve sainthood in this present life? The answer is because the person let amoha root at the time of conception at Patisandhi Citta. That's why the person is not able to attain path and fruition knowledge in this life. But I want to remind you that being born as a Tihetuka person, being born as having 3 roots since the time of Patisandhi Citta conception, it doesn't mean that the person can attain path and fruition knowledge in this life. Because even if a person is born Tihetuka, it's a matter of whether the person has sada, faith and confidence in the triple chant. It's a matter of whether the person strives with effort in meditation, whether the person notes the object continuously in order to develop sati and samadhi in the practice. So even as a Tihetuka person, the person needs strong sada, faith and confidence, strong determination and viriya, ardent effort in the meditation practice in order to cultivate strong sati and samadhi, that knowledge will develop stage by stage until one reaches the goal of attaining path and fruition knowledge. I want to tell you what really happened about husband and wife during the Buddha time. These 2, they were born to rich family. So from the man's side, a rich heritage, inheritance, and from the wife's side also a lot of inheritance. They get married to they are not educated because the parents thought they are rich, they don't need education. And after the parents pass away, husband and wife, they are wasting their time drinking, partying, not doing business, not doing any kusala. And when they grow old, they become beggars. They don't even own a house anymore. They become beggars, and they had to beg food from others. What the Buddha told the bhikkhu is that if these husband and wife, if they practice meditation in the first part of life, the husband could have become an arahat, the wife an anagami. If they didn't practice at the first part of life, if they practice in the middle part of the life, second part of the life, the husband could have become anagami, the wife could have become sakadagami. And if they practice at the third part of their life, husband could have become sakadagami, the wife could have become sotapanna. But because they did not practice, they did not make the effort, they don't have this saddha, faith and confidence in the triple gem, they did not practice, they not the potential of attaining path and fruition knowledge. So in this case, if they practice at the first part of life, the husband could have become arahat, the wife could have become anagami. That means they were born tihetuka. But because they did not make the opportunity, they did not take the opportunity to practice, they grew old without attaining any path and fruition knowledge. It is such a waste of being born a tihetuka, but not having attained anything. So, yogis, please do not be thinking whether a person is Dvihetuka or Tihetuka. Rather than thinking about it, what matters most is to have saddha, faith and confidence in the practice. Viriya, ardent effort in the practice to cultivate sati mindfulness and samadhi concentration, and to have this mindfulness and concentration continuous in the noting so that it will be strong. One will cultivate knowledge stage by stage until one finally reaches the goal. So one needs to practice according to the guidance and instruction with strong determination, continuity, with full respect, so that one reaches the goal. Most of the people are born tihetuka. It's just that because they don't make effort, or just that they don't have strong faith and confidence, that they do not attain their goal. So whether one is a dvihetuka or tihetuka, do not be thinking about it. We need to make the effort. We need to be practicing continuously, regularly. And dvihetuka, even if the person doesn't attain one's goal, but the practice, the effort, the practice is not wasted, it will be a strong factor to attain nibbana fast and quick in the next life. So you have heard from the Buddha's teaching, people just by listening to the Dhamma, they become anagami, arahat. In the case of Pokusati also, because they have practiced before, that's why just by listening to the Buddha's Dhamma, they have been mindfully listening, and then they became anagami, arahat. So to be like that, we need to be practicing hard so that either we attain path and fruition in this life, or if we don't, we still have to keep on practicing so that we can become quickly enlightened in the next life. If we do nothing, we will not be getting anywhere. Each step we take For each step we take, we will be becoming closer by one step for each step we take. And the question is, as a householder, is it necessary to observe the 8 precepts all the time to achieve that goal? Dukkha is Panchakanda. Panchakanda is dukkha. Yogi with 5 children has a lot of dukkha and hard to achieve that goal. So as a householder, lay person, 5 precepts is the basic. 5 precepts is the basic. If one can keep the 5 precepts clean, one can achieve at least the first part and fruition knowledge if the person try hard. But in the meditation center, 8 precepts is the basic. So as a lay person, whether you are taking 5 precepts or 8 precepts, keeping it pure and clean, it will be a good foundation to your meditation practice. So at home, lay people can keep 5 precepts. In the meditation center, or if one wants to practice meditation, 8 precepts has privileges because not beautifying oneself. It's also a way to get rid of the tanha, yeah? A way to get rid of the attachment on oneself as well as others. Not taking meal in the afternoon, there is more time to practice meditation. Staying away from luxurious bed and sofa. Staying away from the luxury. It is also support to the practice. If one is too comfortable, it is easier to be attached to the comfort. So that's why 8 precepts is a way of giving up the attachment and luxury so that it is conducive for meditation practice. So as a lay person, keep the 5 precepts clean. Whenever you have time, on Uposatha days, you can observe 8 precepts. That is more conducive to meditation. A yogi with 5 children has a lot of dukkha and hard to achieve that goal. While the children are in school, you have time while they are in school, so you can use this time for meditation while they are away in school. And meditation can be done at home at least an hour a day. If you don't have 1 hour, even if it is half an hour or 15 minutes, one can do it, and one tries to save or try to accumulate as much as one can. While you are doing your daily chores, while you are cooking in the kitchen, also you can be mindful of the chopping, stirring, washing. Can keep the general awareness as much as one can. So it is also a lot of joy to be having this opportunity to share the Dhamma in this 13-day meditation retreat. So I wish everyone good health, mental peace, and a smooth, regular Dhamma practice to attain the goal in this very life. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.